Evening, ladies. How is everyone? So the day is the 26th of April, and we are going to talk about our May marketing plan. And basically, this can be recreated every month. Oh, Fiona can't hear us. Okay. Fiona, there's like a little, see if you click on the little mute button on the arrow next to it, you should be able to test your microphone without us hearing it. And I've just lost you guys. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can hear you but can't speak. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. You don't need to speak. You're fine. Okay. Well, if you do need to ask a question, just put it in the chat and we can answer it. Okay. So I'm going to show you mine. You won't be able to see it the best, but this is mine. Okay. So it doesn't matter what kind of calendar you have. What you need to do is, if it's a blank calendar, you need to make sure you date it. So the Monday, and you don't need to do this right now, but you can if you want. It's interactive. So the Monday is the 1st, yeah, and it runs all the way through till the 31st. And so I'm going to talk you through mine. Obviously, everybody's doing different things, okay? But I'm going to talk you through mine and then you can make it fit for you. So I've got the T25 super block starting on Monday the 1st, okay? So that's the first thing in my marketing plan, which means that this week I'm speaking about it in my stories all week. So in my April marketing plan, I've got for this week that I'm talking about T25, and all my posts are kind of around weightlifting and the benefits of weightlifting to fit in with that. So can I just say as well that I've decided not to do T25. I've decided to do a repeat of 21-day fix. However, I'm still inviting to T25. I'm still sharing it in my stories. And depending on the conversations I'm having with people, I'll decide if T25 is the sample to send them, or whether they'd be better to have 21-day fix. Or obviously there's a new for beginners. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a new for beginners only for May as well. There's a different one for beginners only, which is a mix of Lacey and other trainers. So when you go into your body blocks, and you go to, hold on, you're on the home page, and you can see all the current and upcoming blocks. If you scroll along, there's a new for beginners only block for May, and if you click on it, you can see what's in it. Yes, anyone on body can get that. So anyone on body gets for beginners only, iron block, all body block, and bike block. And it's only the super block, which obviously they either get with their HD subscription or they can purchase it. Right, anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I've got for the T25 super block written in on Monday, and I'm going to be chatting about that in my stories so that I can hopefully still take anyone on this week. So just because I start my program on Monday doesn't mean that nobody new can join me during that week. So that'll still be a focus in my stories and a focus in my posts. And then on Sunday, I'm doing a call to action for business opportunity call. Because I'm doing a business opportunity call on the following week on the Tuesday. Okay, so my stories, all of the first week of May, are going to be about what I'm doing fitness wise, and also about coaching and how it's changed my life and how it fits into my day, so that when I do a call to action on the Sunday about joining my business opportunity call, people kind of understand where that's coming from. So I personally use the Make Chic Happen planner, where you can write what you're doing, but you can do this without having a fancy planner. Just take the pages of a diary, have a diary, and write down what your post idea is for the Monday and what you're going to share in your stories. Your post idea for the Tuesday and what you're going to share in your stories. So once you've done your marketing plan, you can work out your posts and your stories around that. Does that make sense? I'm not confusing anyone. Okay. So then call to action, I always personally do a call to action on a Sunday at some point. So that will for me be about my business opportunity call, and I'll be inviting to that. Okay, so basically Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I will be mainly inviting to that call and speaking about that call in my stories. I'll do the call on Tuesday. Don't ask me any details on that because I have not got a Scooby yet, but I'm going to sort that. And then basically on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am going to be talking about that call and talking about my business mentorship. So new coach mentorship. And so I'll be talking about that in my stories, and and that's what I'll be inviting to, because you've got to have something to invite to every week. So yeah, that's what I'll be invited to. So that's my week 2 of May, with a call to action for mentorship on the Sunday night. Okay, Monday, the mentorship starts. I will be talking about my mentorship for a couple of days so that I can still take on any stragglers after that. Then I have a little bit of a lull. Okay, so obviously job 1 doesn't start until the first week in June, which is like, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th of June. Okay. So obviously I had 2 weeks in, well, everyone will have, well, not everyone, but I will have 2 weeks in there to fill in where I need to be able to invite to something before job 1. So I've decided that I'm potentially going to run a free 3-day group. I haven't got any details on that yet, so don't ask me. But for example, this month, I wasn't sure what I had that week as well, where I felt like I didn't have anything to invite to. So I invited to a Shakeology challenge. And I'm now running like a little, it's just a messenger pod where people are speaking about their Shakeology, and I'm getting people active on their Shakeology again. So I had a couple of ladies put in a new Shakeology HD order so that they could join in the challenge. So that then helps with getting people back on product and making you guys some money. So you could, if you have a week like that where you're not sure to invite to, slot that in at the end. So fill in all your bits that you do know. So obviously we've got T25, then business mentorship, if that's the way that you've chosen to go. And then on the 29th of May, I've got job 1 prep week. Okay. Now, I don't always make a big deal of prep week, but it's the week to invite people to. So on the 23rd of May, Tuesday, the 23rd of May, I'll start really speaking about job 1 in my stories, speaking about the benefits of short workouts. I don't know, maybe ask Menina for some tips on this one, because she's great at speaking about the benefits of short workouts. But yeah, so speaking about like how busy your life is and how it can be really difficult to fit something in, and something like job 1 is really easy to fit in. So that's where I'll be going with that the week, well, from the 23rd of May to start job 1 prep on the 29th. Now, this is what I was going to get to, that I don't always really focus on a prep week, but because there's a week in between T25 or your super block finishing, because I was discussing this with Menina and Juliet, I was like, right, okay, so because May is a long month, obviously the super block finishes, and then there's a week in between the new super block starting. So if you can focus on inviting to a prep week. Yes, Joe. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So yeah, so I'm going to run a proper prep week for job 1, just so that I've got something to invite to. And then I will potentially get people set up with a clean week, who are new, just so that they can do something for the week to get them started. Or there's good ones on Body as well, which is Live It Up, or 630 is an amazing program, little things like that. So there is something to get anybody that's brand new to the platform in job 1 prep week doing something. So basically what I do, like I say, is I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I write down what's starting and I highlight it in one color. I always was writing my call to actions on the Sunday, and then I kind of write what I'm inviting to and highlight it in a different color and what I'm talking about in my stories. And then from that, I can then write my post plan and like what I'm going to be speaking about weekly. I don't write a monthly post plan. So I'll look at my marketing plan and write my post ideas for the week. I mean, I'm organized, but I'm not that organized.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So for example, if we were talking about what day is it today? Wednesday. Let's say all this week we're talking about your the business opportunity webinar that's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
So you'd be talking about that in your stories and in your posts. And you do your call to action for that this coming Sunday for your webinar that's going to happen.
No, the following Sunday. So this coming Sunday is a call to action for T20.
No, sorry, I don't specifically mean this week, but if you talk about it in a week for the week, like this is whatever the topic is, Sunday you do your call to action for whatever is the focus of what you're starting next week. But I know that it all comes from invites, but if you've got a new group starting on the Monday next week, you're still doing your call to action the day before it starts?
I do several call to actions in my stories.
Okay, I get you.
Like a final.
That's what I thought. I just want, okay.
And as well, like, so for something like, say, for example, like your new super blog starting, I'd probably do like a couple of call to actions during the week. I just always have a call to action on a Sunday.
Cool, lovely, thank you.
I've already done, for example, I've already done a call to action for T25 last week, and I'm doing one on Friday and I'm doing one on Sunday, just because it's the last few days.
And are you posting once a day?
I post once a day, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so does that make sense? So I find it's a lot easier if you have your monthly marketing plan. You don't need to know the finer details of what you're posting, but if you have a monthly marketing plan with what you're sort of going to be inviting to, what you're going to be speaking about, then it actually makes it really easier to do than a weekly posting plan. And even my weekly posting plan, I always write in pencil, because sometimes you get a great idea and you have to change it, right? So here's an example. So I was running on holiday in Tenerife, and I had my posting plan with me and my posts written, because obviously I'm on holiday, so I wanted to not have to do that. Anyway, so I'm going out on a run, and I had two choices. So I either ran uphill to start with, which would be pretty sore, and then run downhill on the way home, which would be nice. Or I could run downhill to warm up and be lovely, and run down to the beach and run along the beach and run back up. So I decided to go with that option, right? So I'm like running back up the hill, and it's horrendous. It's like so sweaty. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I had a post idea, right? It just came into my head. So I'm like running up the hill, posting, like writing notes in my phone about this, which was actually quite handy because it took my mind off having to try and run up the hill, right? And that just changed my post idea. It's like, I just didn't post what I was going to post. I just moved everything a day because I felt I had to do that post. So it's not like you can't change what you're going to do. So, so 1st of May. Oh, right. So the job one sample comes out on the 1st of May. Is that what you think, Menina? Okay.
I think so. I think that's how I understand it.
That's very late. The samples have been coming out quite early, haven't they?
No, the 1st of May.
Oh, is it for June?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, I was going to say, sorry.
So I personally then will probably start handing out the sample for job one, like 22nd of May. Unless I speak to someone who I know is not going to sign up before then, and we're having a personal conversation, and I feel like, yeah. But I would say be careful, wary of inviting to something too early that you can't start until the following month, because then you could potentially lose out on people. But yeah, I find that now that I do this monthly marketing plan, it makes my weekly planning so much easier, and it makes me less likely to wing it. Yeah, Fiona, you don't need to run up a hill, no. So just work on the monthly marketing plan and then do a weekly posting plan and then just share it with your coach, your upline, who I'm sure can give you any advice on what you're posting, and make sure as well that even if you're like right into, oh my God, there's a new program starts next week and I want to invite people every day, try and still include some value and engagement posts in there as well, because yeah, definitely. Okay. Do I have any questions? No? Okay, perfect.